there, it's Lisa from LisaTannerWriting.com. I was hoping to go live tonight, but the live button has suddenly been replaced with an event button on my Facebook page admin, and I didn't want to deal with trying to figure that all out. So I'll just pre-record this video and upload it that way. I hope you're having a great Friday. I am enjoying some time in Cleveland, Ohio with my husband. We're over here for candidate seminar to become missionaries, and all the kiddos are back home, which has been so strange. This is my first time leaving them, and I really miss them, but I'm so thankful for the grandparents back home taking care of them, so thank you guys. All right, tonight let's chat for a few minutes about what to do when your to-do list is longer than your time you have available. So when you have too much to do and not enough time, which I'm sure we've all been in, whether or not we have a business. So the focus of tonight's video is really all about setting priorities. So let's chat a minute. All right, when you have too much to do, you really have to write down everything you have to do. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Write down that you need to cook dinner and do dishes and fold the laundry or whatever else, you know, write an article and send it into a client, or make a couple of pins for another client, or do some promotion for your blog. Whatever is taking up space in your brain, write it down on paper. Because just that process of writing it all down and looking at it can really help you prioritize. All right, so once you have your massive list written down, that brain dump process really does help. So you have your list written down, and now it's time to spend a couple of minutes in quiet. I usually pray during this time and ask for wisdom, because I don't know what's the best use of my time always, and so just asking for that wisdom really helps. Whew, now it's time to make a plan. So the first thing I do is I look at my list and I cross off anything that absolutely doesn't have to get done. So that might be things like fold laundry and put it away. If I'm really scrapped on time, those are things that they're not life or death. There's, you know, I'm not gonna disappoint a client by not getting it done if my laundry's sitting on my table an extra night. It's not something I like to do or to leave undone, but when you're in a pinch, scrap the non-essentials. So just go through and cross those out, and then look at everything else you have left. I like to put a star next to the items that mean that I'm gonna get paid for doing them. So my client work is at the top of my list for things I absolutely have to get done. If it's due that day, I get it done, because not getting your work done on time gives you a bad reputation, which is not what you want as a freelancer. So get your client work done on time. Make sure that that's a priority for you, even if it means you're eating frozen pizza for dinner or whatever else. All right, so once you have your absolute essentials highlighted or starred or whatever you do, just indicate which ones have to get done. Then it's time to look at your other ones. They're the ones that they aren't bringing in money, they aren't, you know, non-essentials, but they're the things that have to, you know, you have to eat dinner, you have to feed your kids, you have to get your kids to bed. All of those things are on there. So start looking at those, and I kind of put them in order of priority, and I also decide, is there someone else who could do this? So when I make my meal plan for the year, I always have a couple of super simple meals for every night of the week. So, you know, it might be spaghetti and meatballs with frozen meatballs on noodle night, or I don't know, it might be frozen chicken patties for American night. Those nights when I'm really feeling stressed and there's just so much to do and not enough time, I turn to those meals. And so always have on hand those fast meals. And the benefit of those is my 8-year-old can prepare most of those meals. So can my 9-year-old and my 16-year-old. So I've got, if you have older kids, teach them how to make those emergency meals. And so then you can cross something off your to-do list because someone else is doing it. Or that might be the night when I tell my husband, hey, I really need you to cook dinner. And so work with your family as a team so that you can support each other to get all of your work done. So once you have a plan, so that takes care of dinner. Let's talk, I don't know, you know, doing your chores. Is there someone else who can help you facilitate the laundry or feeding the animals or anything else? Just look through everything you have to do and ask yourself, first of all, are you the one who absolutely has to do this? Or is it better to have someone else do it so you can put your attention elsewhere? So get your list prioritized and then start working on it, because it's easy to sit there in overwhelm and just, you know, have a pity party because you have too much to do and not enough time. But you're not getting anything done when you're in a pity party mode. So you've got to actually get work done. When I'm really overwhelmed and I just don't even know where to start, I like to just take a quick walk, just going once around the barn or something, once around the house. Got fresh air, really helps push me into motion, and then I usually set a timer for, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. Just enough time to get started on my first item of priority, and usually by the time that's done, I can take a quick break and I'm okay with the plan, I know where we're going from here, and that makes it easier to keep going and keep checking stuff off. So don't stop once you get that first one done, keep going, you know, work for 15-20 minutes, take a quick break, engage with your kids, make sure everything's okay there, and then just keep going, keep pushing on, and you will eventually get to that point. And then in the future, try hard not to take, maybe it means you have to drop a client, or maybe it means you have to say no to an outside commitment. Do what you can to pare back your schedule so that you avoid being in that overwhelmed place too often, because it's meant for short term, not long term, and it's very hard to get past survival mode if you're always overwhelmed. All right, if you have any other tips for setting priorities and getting through your to-do list when you're overwhelmed, I'd love for you to share them in the comments. Otherwise, I will talk to you next Friday. Have a great evening and a great weekend. Bye-bye.